commandeered the PVD Frontier before leaving its crew stranded at Dediola Station. Sadly, the Intrepid was unable to rescue the crew before the HOL forces self-destructed the station. The explosion and preceding battle left the Intrepid crippled. The PVD Frontier has been redesignated the HLD Frontier and is now bombarding Antares Station with torpedoes while a fleet of cruisers is whittling down the HLD Cardinal's escort. The area has already been cleared of civilian traffic. Local security, however, is active. Ozymandias and his command crew are being held on the station itself, while the rest of his crew are locked aboard the Cardinal. Witnesses are reporting that several transports have made attempts to dock with the station, likely in order to rescue Ozymandias, transport him to the Cardinal, and retake the ship. Alpha Wing, your primary mission is to target and destroy any HOL transport that comes within range of the station. Though the Intrepid is still stranded at Dediola, the Admiral is aborting operations and redirecting assets from all over the system, including the GTC Senegalese. If the HOL retakes the Cardinal, their offensive capability in Antares will be effectively doubled. We can't let that happen. Good luck, pilots. Alpha Wing, awaiting orders. Antares Station, what do you need?
Agreed, Eugene. Focusing fire on the Anaros.
Alpha, an HOL transport just breached the doors on Platform 15. Find and destroy the Khalil. We'll handle the militants inside.
Epsilon Wing is in the fray.
Epsilon, target the Frontier. See if you can destroy those torpedo turrets. Psi 1, the hostiles are targeting the crates in lower orbit. Take them out. Kappa, we need you to target Capricorn Wing. Prevent them from destroying our turrets.
You got it. Breaking to engage.
Good work, Alpha. You've cut off the militants' easy escape. The HOL is trying to drop as many militants onto the station as they can in order to overrun our guard and get Ozymandias out. Alpha, we need you to protect the station and try to destroy any transports that come within range or dock with the station.
Undocking now. We're clear.
Hostile transports arriving close range. Destroy them before they dock.
Damn it! There's a sneak in the wishbone!
Bandits inbound. Weapons hot.
Transport has docked and overridden security.
Drawing fire from the station, but we won't have to go against those torpedoes.
We've run into some difficulty with the militants on board the station, Alpha. They have successfully made it across 3 decks. We are working to secure Ozymandias and his commanders.
Sit tight. We're on our way.
transports inbound.
Sit tight. We're on our way.
Alpha, you must keep hostile transports away from the deck. The militants are closing in on Ozymandias' location. Alpha, another group of transports is exiting subspace near the platform. Conflict now. Ozymandias is no longer under guard. We are having trouble tracking his movements on Deck 15. Several more transports are attempting to dock. Destroy them, Alpha. And his crew have been blocked from the platform. There's no way they can get out that way. Keep your eyes peeled on the wishbone docking structures. Alpha, Ozymandias no longer has access to the platform. He can't get out that way, so destroy those transports only if you have a chance.
Undocking now. We're clear.
Just lost contact with the fighter bay. Alpha, stand by. I suspect Ozymandias just found a ride home. You're gonna have to chase him down.
Terry Station. I'm reading multiple pods departing your fighter bay.
Those must be the HOL command crew. We cannot allow Ozymandias to escape. Destroy them, Alpha.
Cycling pod IFF to hostile. What a sad, desperate attempt to flee. Who's up for a little target practice?
Sit tight. We're on our way.
Whoa, what happened? I just lost complete control here. It looks like there's a piggybacked signal on the remote system. Guys, I think we've been shut down remotely by a third party.
Alpha, we found that signal, but we can't seem to block it. We're trying to inject a root command to allow access to your fighter's terminal. You'll have to reboot locally. Alright, the terminal should open momentarily. Psywing will give chase to Ozymandias.
All right, I'm in. Work fast. We're sitting ducks like this. Start with root commands. Reboot, enable admin, remote access. Press enter after each command.
No access.
It was worth a try. Let's go through local. Follow my commands. Request local. When you're in, try override or local admin.
Damn. Anyone have a tech code?
Yeah, it's 1824IG. That's 1824 India Golf.
I've got local access.
All right, now just reset remote and...
Well, that didn't quite work. What if we crash the whole system? We'll lose a primary function in the process, but at least we can fly.
Good idea. Enter root key and use the tech code as the key. Reboot or remote access probably won't work. Use remote system override. Then we just need the previous user to route it.
Check your HUD. Try reroute, anon, override. To reroute the circuit, you'll have to sacrifice a system circuit with enough nodes to crash the remote connection. I recommend shield or secondary, but the choice is up to you between them.
I think I got it. I got it! Come on, hurry up!
Allied ships, we are taking damage. Request support.
Alpha, hit your burners and take out those pods. There's no way we could reach them. They made it aboard the Cardinal.
What now? Antari Station, what are our orders?
Disable the Cardinal. We cannot let them retake that ship.
Sit tight. We're on our way.
The Cardinal's turrets are coming online!
Pilots, it seems you were no prepared for my arrival. I extend my thanks for helping to double my fleet.
Cardinal is powering its subspace drives. All hostiles are disengaging. They got what they came for. All pilots return to base. There's nothing more we can do.
Support call aborted.
You did everything you could. Despite our best efforts, the Hammer of Light simply bested us. Osmandius outthought and outplanned our every move. In our naivete, we handed over the PVD frontier and doubled Osmandius's fighting force. All the while, he sat in our custody with a half-cocked Zod grin. The Admiral wants his head, but this defeat has made the political atmosphere much more complicated. GTA Command has called a session with Admiral Poe. We aren't sure what they have in mind, but since we can't seem to gain any significant ground, we suspect there is little faith left in our operations. When the dust settles, the Admiral will devise our next steps and strategies. Until then, get some rest, pilots. You fought hard, and this defeat will be difficult to weather.
We received a shipment of the new Subak HL-7 weapon. This new weapon fires highly focused X-ray beams and works superbly against shields of all varieties as well as hull plating. It is expensive to manufacture, but expected to quickly become standard issue for Terran pilots. This new weapon should provide a better damage-to-energy ratio over the standard Avenger cannon. The stock is limited, so use at your discretion.
Pilots, we've got an emergency situation with one of our fleet patrols. The GTC Rock Yacht, a Leviathan-class cruiser, was en route to rendezvous with Cruiser Group Bravo when it was attacked by Hammer of Light forces and left stranded. With Osmandius now in control of 2 destroyers and nearly a dozen light cruisers, we don't have much time. The Rock Yacht reported structural damage to the internal reactor and engine systems. They have requested additional personnel and supplies to complete the repair and get underway as quickly as possible. For that reason, we have sent in the GTT Wilson, which is already docked with the cruiser. The Wilson is offloading materials and repair specialists to the cruiser. Bravo Group has also repositioned their rendezvous in order to protect the Rock Yacht until repairs can be completed. The Rock Yacht was escorted by the 132nd. Sadly, their wing has been wiped out. Alpha, we're sending you in to replace them and reinforce the escort group. Alpha, your mission is to defend the Rock Yacht until the repairs are completed and the cruiser can jump to safety. This is your sole objective. The Admiral suspects that the HOL will try to take advantage of the situation with a small cruiser group we've spotted out near Antares 4. Get to your ships. You're up in 15 minutes.
All right, we're getting the hell out of here, Tunisian. Good luck.
Roger that, Wilson.
There's the Rakyat in the middle. It's taken quite a pounding.
Glad you made it, Alpha. The Wilson has already offloaded the equipment and personnel to repair the Rakyat.
It shouldn't be too long now before the repair work is complete.
Jumping now.
Stay close, Alpha Wing. The system is crawling with HOL.
With the HOL on the offensive, I can't imagine we have much time. Stay alert.
Oh my god.
Command, the Cardinal on the frontier just walked in. Bravo 1 to fleet. We are under heavy fire. It's no good, Bravo 8. We're being chased.
Heads up, we've got strike craft inbound. Take down the bombers first.
warping out.
We have to rely on their assignment for that job. Now that we're taking damage,
Alpha, we are relieved you made it back safely. Unfortunately, there was nothing more you could do. Ozymandias and his growing fleet are moving through the system, attacking any target of opportunity. It is clear now that the rock yacht was bait to lure the whole of Bravo Group into the field. It is unclear how they were able to jam the area so effectively, or why they waited until now to do so. However, the Admiral is not taking any further chances. The fleet is going to begin running silent while we work out our next moves in this game that Ozymandias seems to be playing. All surviving pilots will be given 3 days leave. Use that time to gear up and be ready. The Admiral wants to go on the hunt.
Thank you for accepting, pilot. As you know, Antara's Federation forces have secured Ambassador Khonsu II from the HOL. Greenbark 2, a deep cover source in the AF government, has signaled for an intra-system rendezvous to report on this latest development. Greenbark indicates he has information on Ozymandias' next move. We are due to meet our source in 2 hours. I'll be flying as your radio intercept officer. Pennywise and Shuggoth from the 79th will have our wing. Greenbark indicates we will want a larger task force for an intra-system jump later on, which Captain Cernu is currently organizing. I expect this to be strictly a fact-finding excursion, but you and your wingmate's selection for this job should convey the criticality of the situation. Ozymandias has the initiative, and we need every scrap of information we can get to fight him.
Greenbark 2, this is Alpha 1, GTD Intrepid. Beginning authentication sequence. Voice transcription. Is that really necessary, Greenbark 2? Communications set, Greenbark. Proceed with traffic. Ozymandias took some extraordinary risks to capture Khonsu II, only to let him go. Are you saying Khonsu was released just to erode our position in Antares? Negative on both, Greenbark. Then how did Ozymandias learn about it? Do we know why Ozymandias wants it? The Gavel debrief strongly suggests Ozymandias is already in possession of the Sophosis. Why is he still in Antares? I know it was some sort of contingency plan concocted by Sol. Last bastions for Terran resistance should Earth fall. Is it possible Ozymandias didn't get what he wanted from Gavel after all? So his capture of Khonsu wasn't just to flip the frontier? How long until he finds the Masada readout? Understood, Greenbark. But like you said, it's only a matter of time before he finds Masada anyway. We need to get to it first. Likewise, Greenbark. Alpha 1, out. Astrogation is showing a viable jump window into the Iraklion corridor for the next 15 minutes. Alpha 3, report back to the Intrepid. Captain Cernu's task force will be following us in.
Yes, sir. Departing now.
Designated coordinates locked in. Pilots, engage subspace drives.
Zero movement out to 5 kilometers, picking up several faint power signatures in the vicinity. TLW is buzzing with the low threat level and background radiation is causing interference. Alpha 1, be advised. Active Cerberus sentry guns detected. Coordinates forwarded.
Confirmed. Picking up zero comm activity. This base would have been garrisoned with GTI personnel. The rebellion might be over, but that doesn't mean everyone is on the same page. Keep those shields at full. We'll fire, but only if fired on first. Pilots, begin approach for Masada control. Some of these ships might have pingback functions left on. Scan any intact networks you come across if you get the chance.
Affirmative, sir.
Hopefully we can minimize damage to infrastructure. This place would make for prime defensive real estate if we can hold it. What do you pilots make of those 6 platforms ringed around the control center at about a 5-kilometer radius?
Judging by their positions, they might be part of a defense parameter. Hard to say without a scan. Permission to break off and investigate, sir?
Negative, pilot. Stay on course for Masada control. We'll leave those auxiliary stations to Cernu's teams.
Colonel Nakamura, is that you?
Masada Station, we are receiving. This is Commander Rai, Commanding Officer GTD Intrepid.
Forgive me, Commander. Terrans can sound alike over a translator.
Forgiven, Masada. We were expecting to meet a Terran contingent.
Most of your kind wiped themselves out here long ago. As far as I can tell, I am the lone survivor of this decaying outpost. More people refer to me as a Hemate.
Not Hemayat, we're the first wave of a Terran relief force headed into the Iraklion. Your government will be pleased to know you've survived this long. We'll get you out of there as soon as our friends are here.
Thank you, Commander. I've had no company but my thoughts during my sentence here.
Hemayat, we have reason to believe you're a priority target for the Hammer of Light insurgents. You and your work here could be invaluable to their war effort if either were to fall into their hands.
I understand. Some of the last information we received from the outside said you were victorious in saving your homeworld, partly thanks to our efforts on the ancient ship.
Affirmative, Hemayat. Unfortunately, we think the HOL is in possession of that ancient ship now. Their commander, Ozymandias, has been ruthless in tracking you down.
Ozymandias. Last I heard, he was a fast-rising star among the fanatics. No doubt he expects acquiring me with this base to consolidate his power base.
We have no intention of letting him get that far. Bophosis might be lost to us, but only because it's going down with Ozymandias.
Ozymandias only wants what we learned about Bophosis, what drove everyone here to violence so long ago.
Your research was responsible for all this. The abandoned stations, the burnt-out fighters.
In a way. Your GTI could not agree on what to do with our discovery, so they fought over it. Our discovery has its genesis in the work you Terrans did on Bophosis before it was lost. It was an automated scout craft, capable of anticipating Shivan incursions and reporting back to its masters. The Ancients gifted the ship with stealth and self-preservation systems the research team was never able to completely reverse engineer. The result was Bophosis. At the twilight of their race, we think the Ancients were given unprecedented insight into the timing of Shivan attacks. Our research implies the Ancients used their own captured Shivan technology when building Bophosis.
Are we saying that Bophosis can see into the future?
Ophosis was capable of multi-dimensional subspace analytics and pattern recognition that enabled it to predict an impending Shivan attack, not just in a technical sense, but on a system-sweeping, Great War invasion scale. We were able to dissect the agent's technology and recover their method for anticipating Shivan subspace activity. The model we adapted fits the known dates of Shivan attacks, including Ross 128 and the ancients before that. What kind of effect would that knowledge have on our populations, Commander? Knowing when the Shivans will return, perhaps to finish what they started. Who's to say we will be as successful against them in the future? Ozymandias would be in a position of unassailable power among Vasudans if he could prove the date of the Armageddon. He would be at the head of a spiritual coup. And I suspect the implications for your species would not be much brighter if this information were made public.
Were your findings ever reported to anyone on the outside?
A lone flight left the outpost not long after our discovery. Where it went and who it talked to, I do not know. When it returned a few days later, the fighting here started. Colonel Nakumra was the last person here to successfully escape the corridor. He said he would bring help. That was 343 days ago. 3 or 4 others escaped the violence before that, when they could, including one of my colleagues. He was to report our findings to a trusted ambassador in the royal court.
Kansu II?
Yes. How does the ambassador fare?
He lives, barely. He was rescued from the HOL about 36 hours ago.
If my colleague was successful, Kansu would have known we had a theory, a method, for dating the next Shivan attack. Kansu would not know the specifics.
Then you have an actual date? When is the next invasion supposed to occur?
Jump signatures detected. 3 Terran fighter wings plus 3 transports.
Omega-1 to Alpha Wing. Transit successful. All craft accounted for. What's your status?
Primary objective accomplished, Omega-1. Your mission is go.
Acknowledged, Alpha-1. Be advised. Weather report shows your current jump window is closing. Next window expected in 5 hours.
Copy that. Epsilon will detach from your group and escort my wing back to the Intrepid. Pilot, get us moving to that node, full burners. Himayat, my people are moving in to pick you up. We will be back with more help as soon as we can.
I can wait a little longer. In the long story of our cosmic struggle, a few more minutes won't make a difference.
The information we received today is as valuable as it is disturbing. If Ozymandias was able to convince others he knew when the Shivans were to return, his following would swell. The Vasudans were vulnerable to the dangers of superstitious thinking even before the fall of Vasuda Prime. Proof of another Shivan attack could push both our species over the edge. The Hammer of Light would be able to press their doomsday ideology into all walks of Vasudan society, and the insurgency would metastasize to unmanageable proportions. We will be reformulating our strategy based on this latest intelligence. All information you were privy to in the course of this mission is classified Level Rho. A second task force is moving into the corridor as we speak to refortify Vasada Redoubt. I cannot speak for the veracity of Ahamayat's claims or his research, but nothing is certain. And even if they do know if and when we will face the Shivans again, down to the second, it doesn't change our dire situation in Antares. We've got work to do here.